Right, well, I'm going to show you now how to make a gradient. These are great. You're going to love these. First of all, I'll grab a circle. It could be any shape. Hold down Control and I'm going to scale that up so it's good. Now, do be careful when you've been using blurs and opacities. Just make sure that everything is set to normal. Blur should be 0, opacity should be 100. And this thing here, I'll just show you this alpha. If you do that, that's kind of like opacity as well. And you can see that that actually means it's see-through as well. So just be careful that these things aren't all out of whack. Just make sure that they're all set to normal. Okay, so we've got our circle on the page there like that, and what we're going to do is turn it into a gradient. And what a gradient is it makes colour sort of blend into another colour. Right, so we're on fill. Stroke is set to none. Fill is set to flat colour, and we've got this purple at the moment. But this one over here, if I click on that, that's going to give me a gradient. If I click that, look at that, we've got this gradient. All our stuff disappears, which makes it kind of weird. But what you want to do, as soon as you get a gradient, ping over to this tool over here, which is the gradient tool. If I click that, it gives you this line on it. Then you can edit these points. So if I click on that point there, I can now edit that so it becomes, let's make it red. So there's a nice red there. If I go to the other end, I can click that one, and I'll make that a different color. And I'll just move that up to, say, a green. There we go. And that's how you can make a gradient. The other thing is, with this tool, I can actually move that around and change the angle of it. You can see I can change the angle of that gradient. So it's pretty neat. You can do some really, really nice things with gradients. They're very, very cool. So I'll pull that over like that. Now, you've got two colors in that gradient, but you can actually give it extra colors. And the way I'm going to do that is by double clicking. So if I click once, nothing happens. If I double click, it puts a little white dot there. Then I've got to click that once more, and then I can change that color. So I can go in there and put that into a sort of bright yellow or something like that. And that gives me a gradient that I can move along there like that. What I'll do is I'll put in a more contrasting color there, so it's easy for you to see. There we go. So we've got that. I'll move that along. So just to recap there, double click to give yourself another gradient point. Click again so that you can alter it. And I'm going to make that white. There we go. Double click, gradient point to alter it because you can't see that there. Click again, and then you get to play around with your colors. So that's gradients. You can still move these around, change the angle of them. You can even stretch these out somewhat or push them in. You can do lots of cool things with gradients. It's just a matter of knowing it. Okay, so I'll just go here, make myself another circle. This is the final recap. Things are all out of whack there now. Don't know why it's that color. So we're on fill. I'll just get a flat color. Change it to gradient. Over to the gradient tool. Select. Change the gradient colors. Select that one. Change the gradient like that. To add a point, double click. Then click it once more so you can change the color. Okay, you're going to do a lot with gradients, I imagine, because it's so much fun. So it's so cool. So have a wee play with that, and shortly we're going to use this to make an actual interesting graphic.